Well, good evening, and what a privilege it is to be here yet again with you. Thank you for inviting me and my spirit friends into your home. And we have said, be kind, and we have been in laughter here, in love and laughter, should we say. And I'm still smiling now as I think of you chasing that little chick yesterday. Do you think that that chick came into your garden twice by accident? When it had many other gardens it could have gone to? I tell you no. That chick came to you for safety. And while it was quite amusing to watch you with the fishing net and the bucket, the sheer determination that you were going to make it safe was absolutely wonderful. As you united it with the mother and the other baby chicks, apart from, I know you got great pleasure from it, and I know that the duck and the families also got great pleasure. But you see, that is a small act of kindness in your eyes, but in here in spirit it is much more than you realise. As you send those vibrations of love, as you help and put that chick into the bucket, then, and set it back into a family of ducks, then that vibration around just changed. The vibration around the area changes. The vibration in the planet changes. Surely you know, if you help and do some random act of kindness like that, it can have a magnificent effect on what is happening in the world. And that ripples out far, far more than you will ever know. So we thank you here in spirit for doing and helping the duck yesterday. And we ask you all, just a small act of kindness, may it be a butterfly, or a caterpillar, or a worm. You know, we are all God's creatures. We are all one. What you do to another living thing whose heart beats, you do to you, and you do to the rest of humanity. And that's how simple it is for you to change this world. That little duck could have gone to any garden, but that duck sensed the love that you had, and it felt safe, because it didn't come into your garden once, but twice. And so sometimes these things are said to you because God knows you will deal and you will help. And so I ask you all, bear this in mind. Don't go through your daily lives thinking, well, someone else will do that. Don't leave it to others. Stand firm, stand tall, and know that we are all God's creatures and we are all one. So again, we thank you from spirit, from our hearts, and to see the joy as that little duck was united with smaller baby ducks and the mother duck was wonderful, and I know it gave you too great joy. How simple is that? How simple is it? Random acts of kindness you can all do without it costing you a penny. Money doesn't come into this, you see. When people think they have to be kind, instantly they think money. But no, money doesn't have to come into this at all. It's the compassion and the love that you give to each other and to the animal kingdom and the insect kingdom, because our hearts beat as one. And again, we have to say that things are moving on at a pace. Things are coming up. Whistleblowers are coming out. There's more to come. Please do not be afraid. Do not listen to the media. Do your own research. Go into your own heart to get the answer. All the answers are within you. God is within you. You are part of God. You are a spark. Reignite that spark. Connect to your Creator. Give thanks for everything you have. It is so simple. It takes seconds. And look at what's going on in the world. And you say, what can I do about the wars? I can do nothing. You can do a lot. You can do a lot. You can send your love and you can send your prayers. You know that wars have been stopped, only for a short time, because groups of people have got together and prayed. How about if most of humanity did that? The darkness would not stand a chance. So I ask you, I plead with you, get up and be counted. And send your love to people less fortunate than you. They do not choose for war. They do not choose to be homeless. They do not choose to be hungry. It is forced on them. Have compassion in your heart. Send love out. Love is a vibration. And as that vibration of love goes out, it changes the energy from negative to positive to love. If you knew how powerful that was, you would be doing it every minute of every day. And we're asking you, I am asking you, to do it for just a few minutes a day. Please don't leave it to the next door neighbour or someone else. It has to start with you, and it has to ripple out from you. And as it does that, it will touch the hearts of many other people. And tell people in your groups to send love out. Where there is darkness, there must be light, and light will only come through you opening your heart and sending love out. So I ask you from the bottom of my heart to your heart, open your heart and send love to all the people that are less fortunate than yourselves. And I would say to you, count your blessings, because they are many. I believe you have some questions, Jack.
I do, Diana, and what a fantastic insight you've just given us. One of the things that crops up in the work that we do is that people who might be attracted to these messages and to the spirituality in general are often put off by people within the spiritual community whose major concern and preoccupation is their own ego and their own earning potential. Now this causes me a problem more than it should, but I'm wondering if there's any observations or comments you could make to people who would perhaps be put off by ego within the spiritual community, and what advice you would have for them.
Yes. Well, we would prefer the ego to take a back seat, should we say, because the ego gets in the way. The mind can then give you false information, and it is easier to set the ego aside and work purely with spirit. But having said that, some of the people that are ego driven, shall we say, may also, and are in some cases, spreading the word. Of course, yes, a lot are in it for the money. We know that. That's always been the case. But I would say to you, to the people, look into the hearts of these people who may be putting themselves on a pedestal. Go into your own heart and ask if these people are the right people that you want to be with. You will get the true answer, and the answer will lie with you. Yes, some people may even be fraudulent. We know this happens. But they will get their comeuppance. But that doesn't help the people who they may be misleading. And again, you have to question your own heart. It is a time, unfortunately, on the earth plane where there is distrust, where there are lies and untruths. But you know, that is only a quite small percentage, even though it seems a huge percentage, because it's always focused on the top of the tree. These people at the top of the tree are not necessarily the best spiritual beings. So I would say to people who are looking and around, wanting to learn and wanting to be one with spirit, go with your own feelings, make your own minds up and question and do research. But again, I would emphasise, if you feel from your heart that you have a connection with that person, well, that person is right for you at that time. And yes, some people do have huge egos, and they may have overtaken what they started out to do, but maybe they have done their work by setting out the stepping stones. So we say, perhaps do not judge too harshly. Maybe they have done what they came here to do. Does that answer what you were asking?
Perfect.
Jack?
Absolutely nail on the head. Thank you, Diana. Now the second question relates to it, and I honestly believe my perception of the truth movement, I would make a distinction between the truth people, truth activists, because there are very few egotists, and it's almost the absence of ego for people who want to help people wake up.
Yes.
And I find that refreshing. And clearly it's a difficult time for those of us who are in the truth movement. And I'm wondering if you have any messages, because people are within the truth movement are starting to look at spirituality. People who would normally focus on all the wrongs in the world are starting to look at answers beyond the immediate. And again, if you have any observations and comments for that.
Well, the truth movement and spirituality are one. There is no separation. And sometimes we say that people want to gain knowledge, so they go to university and they have masses and masses of letters and papers. But in our world, although we appreciate how hard people work to get those, that will only take you so far. The real truth is one with God. And that doesn't mean to say that people are weak when they are with Source. By no means. It is the opposite. When you align to your Source, you are power beyond belief. And so, the truth movement and spirituality, wow, what more can I say? That it will be power beyond what they truly believe and what they are aspiring to. We have to be at one with our Creator, because our Creator is within us. If we are not at one with our Creator, we are not at one with ourselves. If we are not at one with ourselves, we are not at one with humanity. However, this is dressed up, this is the truth. How can we be? But this is no criticism, because the truth movement is doing a wonderful, wonderful job. And some people would not be ready for spirituality 3, 4, 5 years ago. But everything is changing, and people are realising that to be one with God is to be one with everything. And not everybody is ready for that. But we can't fight what is going on with the same anguish and angry energy that is coming from your politicians. You know that doesn't work. You have to move into a higher vibration than them. You have to move into the vibration of spirit, the vibration of love. Because while you're on their same vibration of anger, and I understand how you are appalled with what is going on. But you know, it has taken a long, long time. Thousands of years, in fact. Thousands of years. I don't think you realise this just hasn't happened. It's been going on and building up, and now it's all coming out in the open. And I know when something comes out, you rejoice. I know you say, look, good, this is good, because it's opening the eyes of the everyday people. And as it hits the everyday people, that's when people will awake en masse, and the tide will turn quickly. And I know you say, oh my goodness, it's taken so long. No, in the great plan of the divine, it hasn't. In your plan, waking 2 or 3 years or more, yes, it is a long time. When you can see all these lies and atrocities being done. But each day you are steps, not one step, but steps nearer to the truth and the love and the light of the Creator. So, life isn't about being hard and being macho and fighting them. Life is about going above their vibration into the higher vibration of the Creator, the higher vibration of unconditional love, where, as you know, because you've worked with this vibration, all things are possible. And we must not forget that. It's so easy to forget it. It's so easy in this life of running in treacle that most of you do, to get to one end of the street to the other. You're bombarded so much. If you could see, as I've said on more occasions than one, if you could see the energy from the mass, from the mobile phones, from all these things that you're using. It is crisscrossing into you every minute of every day. And so, of course, you are tired, you're confused, you're worn out. Because you are being bombarded so much. The human body was never meant for this. And we applaud you for how you are coping with it. Centre yourself. Ground yourself. Each day go within your, connect to your Creator. Down into Mother Earth, one with the heavens and Creator. However way you do it, doesn't matter. Give thanks for everything you have, and more will come. So I applaud the truth movement, as you know. We need more. Well, quite a change from the ducklings to the truth movement. But you see, the vibrations are quickening. For the better, of course. And whether it's a tiny chick, or whether it's a truth movement, or whether it's sending love to the beggar on the street, we need that vibration of love. And so we feel the love that you are all sending us here in spirit, and we send that love back to you. All your friends, all your dear ones that are here in the realms of spirit, send their love out to you. Take that love and know that it's true. And know that there is a world here, and that you don't just die. The body wears out, and that's discarded like a coat. But then your beautiful shining spirit comes back home to God. So fear not. Live your life as full as you can here on the earth plane. Help one another. Love one another. And just as important, and if not more so, love yourself. Because by loving yourself, you are loving God. Because God is a part of you all. And is in every single thing that breathes. You are all connected. And if you realise that, then you would never hurt another human or another animal. Because what you do to them, you do to you. So raise your vibrations, even if you're feeling down. As I've said before, even if you turn that little dial, maybe look at the beauty that is around you. Walk in nature. See what God makes, how powerful He is. The trees, the flowers, the dolphins, the sea lions, the little ducklings, the mighty lion. It's endless. I could be here all night. Feel the wind on your face, the rain that feeds your soil and gives you food, and the sun and the light that gives you life. Please count your blessings, for they are many, and send your blessings and your love out to people that are not as fortunate as you. And know that as you do that, the vibration of the planet will be filled with the vibration of unconditional love. And unconditional love permeates everything. So do your bit. Open your heart. Be with one. Be with God. And blessings to you all. And I'm finding this. I would like to stay here much, much longer, but I know it is tiring for Anne. So I will bid you good night and God bless till we meet again.